we're going to talk about the boy wonder. The boy wonder right now. Man like Cherki. Man like Rayan Cherki. I don't know about you guys, but he's giving me that Adel Tarat Tatem Ben Arthur feeling. Yeah? This is Mr. Jogo Benito himself. I've been watching this player. I can't lie. FM20. This is when I first heard about the kid. Yeah, because I used to be an FM player back in the day. FM20 is when I first heard about him when he was like 16, maybe 17. How old is he now? How old is Cherki now? Let's quickly check this here. We've got his transfer market on. He's 21. So in 2020, yeah, he'd have been 16. Exactly that. I heard about him when he was coming through the academy. FM were giving him these 5-star ratings. You've got to get this player. So I started watching it. Started just, watching the compilations, keeping an eye on him. I'm seeing, whoa, this guy, and there's another player, Amin Guri. Them ones, they were on they've been on the radar for a while, yeah. The things he was doing, I don't know if people are seeing, like, the technique is so natural. Like, these players that are bred from Lyon, they come from France, the Algerian. That's the key part. These Algerians from France, they play with like they've got the lazy, they're lazy with it, but they're cold. And that's what Rayan Cherki is. He's one of them, man. Like, probably puffing shisha. He's gonna be on Edgware Road after games, but that's fine. That's fine. Because he's a baller that's worth it. Luxury player. Having a look at some of his stats this season, you can see 44 games, 12 goals, 20 assists. He is a creator. 8 assists and 4 goals in 12 games in the Europa League. He scored a couple in both games against Manchester United. Unfortunately, we know how that game played out and their defense was poor. But he scored 8 goals and got 11 assists in Ligue 1. And in the Coupe de France, they only did play 2 games and got knocked out fairly early. But as you can see here, one of the key things about Cherki and why I think a lot of people are interested in him, it's not just because he's available for 22 to 25 million euros. It's not just because of that, because that's very nice. Let me not lie. That is very nice. It does leave you to ask, why is he so cheap? But we're going to get onto that. But look at the amount of positions that he's been deployed. You can see central midfield, say 10 appearances in attacking midfield. He's deployed off the right a lot more. He's definitely deployed off the right a lot more. But he's a type of player who, when he's on the ball, you can have a rotating free. You can let him play behind you. You can just see, you've got to give him freedom. You got to say, bro, do your thing. Just make magic happen. The boy wonder. 21 appearances on right wing. 1 there, 2 off the left. So he's mainly an attacking midfielder and playing off the right. But look, this is what we've been hearing from him. The meetings have been held with Cherki's representatives. Meetings have been held. JMS sources have been told that Tottenham have already held initial meetings with Cherki's representatives to uncover. Sorry, I should zoom in more. My apologies, people. I should definitely zoom in more. Why is it not zooming in anymore? All right, it's not letting me zoom in more. My bad, innit? My bad. Oh, look, it's bugging. It's just bugging. All right, at least we're zoomed in now. All right, that works. At least we're zoomed in. It was. You're moving mad, KG. We're doing the serious transfer talks right now. We haven't got time for whys, yeah. None of that business. Not right now. When we're on the panel shows, we can why demand them up, but not right now. Man like Raf, come on, big up to you, my bro. Yes. Mr. Udain thinks he should go to Eze should go to Man City. Rayan Cherki, that dribbling against low block, wow. Bring him to White Hart Lane, no doubt about it. I don't think Eze would push for any move. Palace sources would have been saying he's content and won't push for a move. I don't think he'll push for a move either. I don't think he would push for a move. But yeah, back to it. Cherki. We're talking about Cherki right now. They've held meetings with Cherki's representatives to uncover more on his situation and the terms he'll be looking for, but they will only have a better idea of what they can offer him after the Europa League final against Man United. So this was a few days ago. League One outfit Leon have confirmed that winger who has been labelled as a future Ballon d'Or winner will leave the Groupama Stadium ahead of next season, giving Spurs additional hope of being able to secure his services. The North Londoners have intensified their pursuit by entering conversations with his entourage over a potential switch. Tottenham have declared their interest at a time when Cherki is continuing to assess his potential landing spots. GMS sources understand that Crystal Palace could prove to be among the capital club's leading competitors for his signature as they prepare for a campaign which will include European action. Also saw on here, we did see another, and I saw another story. Let's scroll through here because we've got it over here somewhere. We got it over. Oh, no, it's not on this page. There it is. There it is. Sorry, people. Also seen Fabrizio Romano has tweeted and stated that Manchester City are also looking at Rayan Cherki. So as you can see here, people, this is not going to be an easy deal to get done. This is not going to be an easy deal to get done at all. He's going to be available for a low wage, a low fee. So that puts a lot of teams in the ball, in the ring. Everyone's going to be fighting out for him. Now, for Spurs, we have to make sure that we are one of the top teams. And the thing we've got to do is just go in nice and early and offer him big money. Give him the wages he wants. For 25 million, throw 150, 200k a week at him. We've done it with Ndombele. We've done this exact thing with Ndombele. We paid 65 million for him, put him on 200k a week. And look, that went wrong. But this player's got some real talent. When you look at him on the ball, some of the things that he does, you're just like, wow. Some of the creative spark he has against low blocks, as Mr. Udang says, breaking down low blocks. He's a dribbling phenom. He loves to take on players, but he's also one of these players that have got an eye. They've really got an eye for a pass, always looking to play it forward. And we're going to go through some of the stats and comparisons between all of these players that we're looking at. But this is going to be a sticking point because Manchester City just want everyone. They just want everyone. Why can't I have one player to myself? Hearing Eze, Morgan Gibbs-White, Cherki, Reinders. We know when Manchester City get involved in the deal, you're just like, like why? Just leave some players for us, man. You've already got Bernardo, you've got Foden. They're signing. They've got Savio, you got Doku, you got Grealish. Like, let us have someone, bro. So if they go in for and they reignite their interest into Rayan Cherki and really look serious, let's have it right. Spurs don't have a chance. We don't have a chance, but I would absolutely love to have Rayan Cherki at Spurs, man. He's a dangerous player. Dangerous player. And I just think for the adaptability that we need in our system, we need players that can play in multiple positions. Players that can be coached, players that are young. At 21 years of age, he fits our young profiles that we like to look for. He can play off the right. We know, look, we got Brennan Johnson, but he's way better than Brennan Johnson. But it gives us another option off the right. In the 10 again, just like Eze plays off the left and in the 10, he'll play off the right and in the 10. So it gives us multiple options, multiple players that can play in multiple positions. And that's what we need for Champions League. Not going to cost a lot of money. So I think this could be a deal that Levy and Spurs definitely could look to get done. And if you're going by this Give Me Sport article that was made, Spurs have already had meetings. So let's see, man. Let's see. Man says, young with no end product. Sorry, I've just seen what Mr. Udang has said. Oh, crap. Let me stop sharing screen for a second and share. I'm gonna get that up. Let me get that up. Give me a second. In fact, in the meantime, let's do that. Gonna get that up. I can't lie, Mr. Udang. The link you sent me only sends me the link to the page. You're not actually have to type. Let me put the players in. I'll put the players in so we can see a little comparison between him and Eze. All right, let me share my screen. I'm gonna show you a little comparison between him and Eze. And also, let me just fix this background because this one looked a bit bugged, man. It was shared. All right. There we go. So, as we can see here, a comparison between Cherki and Eze. I'll zoom it in just a little bit more so people can see because I know it's a bit tough on the share screen with the white background and stuff. So, well, I can't even lie. The age comparison is mad, isn't it? Because they're very different. This is what I mean. Eze is at the age of where you expect him to lead a team at his level and take them on. And Cherki's still a young prospect coming through the ranks. But as you can see here, progressive carries. Cherki is just an absolute. Look, you just have to look at the stats here, to be honest. You don't even have to go through the numbers. Cherki is outperforming him in every single metric. So when you're looking at the comparison of what players you should be going for, you've got Eze at £68 million because he's English. And not just because he's English, he's talented, but because he's English. English is English. Do you know what? This is the perfect picture of English tax. This is English tax. This is what gets you £68 million. This is what gets you £25 million in Liga Un. Outperforming him in every metrics. 93.9 progressive carries. He's in the percentile. Yeah. He as opposed to Eze in the 48.2. Dribbles 78.6 as opposed to 45.8 and 54.8. Non-penalty goals 84.8 as opposed to 66.8. Assists 98.2 percentile compared to 73.4. 96.8. Like, and the minutes, of course, look, his percentiles are a bit higher because his minutes played are 500 less. There's no doubt about that. And I am an eye test man. People know me. I am a man for eye test. They both passed the eye test, but Rayan and Cherki, yeah, the 10 out of 10 marks on the eye test. Like, he's one of the guys that you're watching and you're like, yo, did I really see that? Like, I'm testing if my eye test is the measuring is off the scale. It's like when I watched Lamine Yamal. I watched him. I was like, yo, don't know if my eyes are seeing what I really think, but this player is generational. Generational. And that's what I'm saying about Yamal. And I'm not saying that for Cherki, but he definitely passes the eye test by far. So, no, if we're talking about which player I would prefer personally, there's no doubt about that. There is no doubt in my mind it's going to be Rayan Cherki, man. Got to be Rayan Cherki. But on to the last player on the list, because we're going to do some more stats comparisons